Are puppies clean slates? They're not. I mean, nature and nurture, they work together. It's not just genetics, and it's not just environment, and it's not just, you know, what chemicals they're exposed to in utero and what kind of hormones and all of that. It's all of that. All of that, except I think a lot of dog people don't give any credence to the nature part of it. Especially with puppies, I think a lot of people think if you just raise them a certain way or raise them right, you'll end up without problems. And I'm just going to show you footage of puppies and how to assess them and do all that. You can make your own. You can make your own decisions on what you think. I thought one of the first things we should do is define what is puppy mouthing. And I want to look at a few puppies and let's try and figure out what they're doing with their mouths. Would it matter when it occurs?
Age-wise or time of day or situation?
Situation.
Sure.
So he only mouths when I hold him by the collar and I won't let him go out the front door with the kids when they leave for school. And he turns around and he's going after my... Is that the same or different than he's lying there and I reach down to pick up newspapers and cleaning up after him? And he's going for the newspapers and going for my hands. Are those different situations? I think they are. I think one is more likely to be a communication of using his mouth to get you to stop doing something he doesn't want you to do. And another one is maybe the same, could be the same reason, right? He doesn't want you to pick up the newspapers, I guess, or could be stimulated by movement. But I think when things occur are important as well. What were you doing when the puppy mouthed? What was the puppy doing before he mouthed? What was he doing afterwards? All of these things matter. And so this is a 10-week-old female. And when is she mouthing? You would expect more, you wouldn't expect more, but I'd rather see low-level aggression or threat in an adolescent or an adult than in a baby. It's the school killings that are so horrifying to us. And we have, with puppies, we have a window of socialization till about 16 weeks. And apparently there's a developmental sort of fear period, and up until about 4 months, 16 weeks, the more you expose your puppy until that age, the more you bring him out and let him have positive experiences with novel stimuli, people and hats and hydrants and garbage bags and wind and rain and surfaces and everything. You have a real developmental window of opportunity to acclimate your dog, and he can take in new things then and then be okay with them, as opposed to keeping him in your garage till he's 5 months old, bringing him out, and then trying to acclimate him to new things. There are many puppies who you could raise in a garage and you let them out and they're fine. They're like, oh, that's new, but I'm fine with that, and that's new and I'm fine with that. However, it's very useful to get them out and acclimate them to things. Well, what do you do with a puppy who at 12 weeks has no fear at all of anything and is already showing threat displays and aggression? Is there a window of opportunity to do something there? This is a 9-week-old golden retriever mix. His name is Jolly, and this is a little bit of his toy test. He was highly social. And he came in by himself to a shelter in Alabama. But he was lovely, lovely little puppy. And the South still has a lot more pet overpopulation than we do in the North. In the North, we have more qualified adopters than we have appropriate behaviorally adoptable dogs. In the South, they still have lots of behaviorally adoptable dogs and not quite as many adopters. I'm telling you, if we had 100 of him, we could have placed 100 of him probably in the same weekend. No, that's an exaggeration, but sweet, young puppy, confident, but submissive, fun to be with, funny and playful, sensitive, no resource guarding issues, and he's golden colored, but going to be smaller than a golden retriever. He's ideal. And so we cloned him and are making huge amounts of money. Huge amounts of money. No, really, we could have placed 1,000 of him. We could probably place 2 every day of him. And he's, you know, as if the hand isn't there. You know, you can pet him, you can do everything. Not that competitive. He's not getting snatchy, he's not growling. If I showed you and he started growling, you'd say, well, that's what all puppies would do, because I showed you only one. But I'm showing you only one, and he's not aggressive in any of these things. There he's eating. Eating is more important to him than the pig's ear, but he's still. So he eats a little faster, but he doesn't freeze, he doesn't growl, he doesn't snarl, he doesn't hard stare. The most competitive thing he does is he pushes and eats out of this side of the bowl. And that's it. I really want it, but I'm absolutely not aggressive around it. And especially if you tell them that she had a little problem, maybe a little aggression, they will not. No, they don't see it. They don't have any aggression problems. And they won't notice anything scary and serious till the dog's about 7 months old. And then the puppy cuteness and inhibition is gone, and you have a dog that can scare you. And we've noticed that when we place puppies that we shouldn't have, it's often at 7 months or a year and a half, in that range where they come back. But if you want to see if you can fix it or not, it has to be, I think you have to build little log cabins, put a professional trainer in each one and a 24-hour video cam, have them all do exactly the same thing with each puppy. And the whole thing is videotaped so you can see what was done, and then you keep reevaluating them and find out what they're like. And then the only thing you found out is what they're like with professional trainers. You still don't know what they're like with the real people in the world.